Crikey, Toby, you alright? More annoyed than hurt. This thing thought it could just speed on through as I was passing by. It's a good thing the accident wasn't more serious. Indeed. Though I'll be out of action, what with my side plates and all. I suppose the question is now who will take over your work on the line? Duck, sir? Yes, he's a new engine I bought to help in the yards. He'll come up here to handle Toby's work in the meantime. Sir, isn't there a whole law about engines without cowcatchers heading up to the quarry? We recently had fencing put up around that area, so engines like you and Duck can go up there now. However, since you're handling passenger work, I don't want to swamp you with extra duties. It's not like I hadn't handled the branch on my own before. Times have changed, Thomas. Work on the quarry has gotten much busier since you last worked it solo. Besides, Duck's a hard worker. I'm sure you two will get along swimmingly. Percy, can I ask you something? You just did. Funny, but in all seriousness, it's about Thomas. What's up? Those stories in the railway series, are they true? Depends, I mean, I didn't run away from Gordon when he was pulling the express. Though with Thomas, yeah, most of them are true. So he left his coaches behind once, left his guard behind, and let the trucks get the better of him. That's not, don't say it, the Great Western way. And you said it. Any proper engine wouldn't allow themselves to have such incidents. In Thomas's defense, he was young and wanted to explore the world. And that's another thing, why would he want to explore? As a station pilot, he should have been content with the idea that he was useful here. That's not how it works, Duck. Over time, that mentality wears on you. Is that how you feel now? It's wearing on you? Well, I mean, I'm not too sure, but I know that for Thomas it wore on him. Well, I know it can never wear on me. And that's you, Duck, but some engines like Thomas have other aspirations. I suppose you're right, to some degree. The next day, Thomas was filling up on water after a passenger run when he heard an unfamiliar whistle. So this is Ffarquhar. Not too shabby. Yeah, you must be Duck, right? Yes, well, Montague, but still. Right then, so you're going to be covering for Toby's work then? Indeed I am. I've never run a branch line, I'm positive. Right, let me give you a bit of advice, Goose. It's Duck. The trucks up at the quarry can be quite troublesome. They don't even listen to me, only Toby. I'd suggest, I'd love to sit and listen to this, but actually I wouldn't. After all, someone who lost control pulling trucks shouldn't have anything to say. Excuse me, I'm perfectly capable of handling my own trucks. Not according to the railway series. Some of those things are fiction. And was that particular incident fiction? Well, no, but still! Just as I thought. Now if you'll excuse me, I'll go and handle the trucks the Great Western way. What sort of nonsense is the Great Western way? The only right way of thinking. Alright, you lot. No, we want Toby, not you. Well, too bad. You got me today and not Toby. Now enough of that back chat. Let's get started. Get him on the hill. We'll get him on the hill. Oi! What are you talking about back there? Just because you're called Duck doesn't mean you should swim. Don't start with me, Thomas. What happened to the Great Western Way? Is this it, taking a dip in the pond? Or he didn't take a dip, or he was pushed. Now I wonder who tried warning you about this. Whatever, Thomas. You know, I could just leave you. Don't you dare. Thomas helped the workmen clean up the mess. In the evening, the two were still at each other's throats. Look, Duck, I don't care what you say. I am capable of handling a branch line, unlike you who landed on a pond on their first day. Look, maybe if you say I neglected to tell you anything about the quarry, you'll end up back in that pond. That is not, and don't you dare start about Great Western this and Great Western that. How rude. The next day, Thomas decided to speak to Percy about Duck's behavior. I mean, he's insufferable. I know he can be a bit overbearing. Now that is putting it lightly. Look, Thomas, Duck means well. Even if he comes off as overbearing, he just likes to make sure things are done properly. Right, overbearing is the word. Look, just try being nice to him, because if you aren't, then I have to listen to him whine about you for a whole week. Fine, I'll try. But only because I wouldn't wish his complaining on my worst enemy. Thank you, Thomas. Later, Thomas went back to his branch line. However, he could feel himself having brake problems. Oh man, driver, I'm feeling a bit stiff. We'll oil you up when you get to Ffarquhar. Thomas made his way back to Ffarquhar and was oiled up. Later, at Knapford, he was waiting for Henry to arrive with the local. Where is he? I can't sit around and wait all day. I'm sure he'll be here soon, Thomas. He was late twice last week. Because of maintenance on the main line. Still doesn't change the fact he was late. See, here he comes now. As they waited, some kids ran into Thomas's cab, one pushing the brake lever. The driver and fireman saw this and shouted at the boys. Oi, you lot, get out of Thomas's cab. The kids ran out of his cab, just in time, as he started moving. Wait, what? Thomas, come back! I can't! Duck, Thomas is a runaway. We have a plan, but we need your help. Yes, sir. Duck, what are you doing? Saving you. The inspector climbed from Duck to Thomas and climbed into his cab and applied the brakes. That was too close. Indeed it was. Anything you want to say? Huh? You know, like, thank you. For saving you. No, it was actually pretty mandatory, actually, seeing as there was a chance I could have died via derailment. Oh, don't be ridiculous, you wouldn't have died. And how do you know? Are you psychic? And what if I am? The two engines began arguing, much to Annie, Clarabelle, and the inspector's chagrin. Ah, Thomas, how's it been? Fine. Fine? Just fine? I thought you would have loved having the branch to yourself. I would have, but I didn't. Really? So Topham had someone working with you? Who was it? Duck. Oh, I see. And how'd that go?